In this video, I'll show you how to edit your characters using your own drawing tools or 3D creation software. At the bottom of the screen, I open the export section and I'll start with the easiest method. I'm going to export the characters' textures so I can edit them in a drawing software. There are two textures, one for the appearance and one for the facial expressions. For the appearance, I get an atlas map with the different layers. To edit it, you just need to draw directly on the layers. For facial expressions, there's also an atlas map. There are 12 possible faces, 12 blinks, and 24 eye sprites. For each expression, you have one face, one blink, and 2 eyes. Let's start by editing the character's hair. I add some strands. I adjust the bangs. I change the color of the shirt. I'll do it quickly. It's not very clean. Then, I also edit the character's expression texture. Once I'm done with the edits, I go back to Novel Studio. Now, I open the import section. I click on texture and select the 2 files I edited. I confirm. And now, the character's appearance is using the new textures. Be careful, don't change the proportions of the character before importing your modifications. Otherwise, the texture won't match the structure anymore. So, if you want to customize the texture with a 2D or 3D editor, I strongly recommend doing it as the final step. Now, let's look at the next method. I click on composition and I get a zip file. Inside, I find all the layers that make up the character. Each layer is adjusted to fit perfectly with the character's skeleton. This method is easier and more intuitive to work with. However, the layer pivots cannot be modified. So don't change the position of the character's joints. I edit the background hair. I fix texture flaws. I resize the right hand. It's too big. And I fix the issues caused by my previous edit. I am done. Each layer must be converted into a PNG with exactly the same name. Then I zip everything and import my changes. I select the zip file and my character is updated. Now, I'll show you the last method. If you want complete creative freedom, it's possible to create a character and its animations with a 3D editor. However, if you want your creation to remain compatible with hair physics and eye animations, I recommend exporting first to check the structure of file. I export in GLB format. I open Blender and import the GLB file. I'll let you explore how to do that. Before starting, I hide the hair armature, which is unreadable. What you get is an armature with layers. You can add bones, meshes, and textures. You can see the layers. You can see the animations. And you can see the textures. If you want to keep the native behavior of hair physics and eye blinking, you should keep the original names of bones and meshes. Each expression is a mesh that gets activated or deactivated depending on its number. Each hair bone is handled by the physics engine based on its name. For animations, You can create them and push them into the NLA tracks. For materials, they're always converted into basic materials with just a color map, so don't use complex shaders. Now I'll import my character in GLB format. I select the file and confirm. The character is replaced. This time I'm using a real 3D character. Make sure to respect the scale. 1 Blender unit equals 1 meter in Novel Studio. I go back to the app and import the file. The character is properly loaded. When a character is imported this way, it's no longer editable in the interface. Only native characters can still be modified. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope it helps you with your character creation. See you in the next tutorial.